Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today is a ton of fall DIYs. This first one, I'm using this larger pumpkin. It is from Hobby Lobby. Original price is $6.99, but you know I do not pay full price for anything. So I want to say this was probably either 40 or 60% off. It just depends on when you go to Hobby Lobby, but it is a large piece of wood, and I think that is honestly a great deal. This Hello Fall sign also came from Hobby Lobby as well, and I want to say when it was on sale, it was around $2.99 or just a little bit under. I am going to be painting this one white, and I am filling in the holes with caulk. Obviously you want to use maybe spackle or something, but it all worked the same. I'm going to be gluing that Hello Fall right to the center of this wooden pumpkin. I also used, I want to say this was dark walnut for the stain. It is such a great stain. I want to say it's exactly what color it is because I don't change my stains very often, and I always seem to use dark walnut. But once that is hot glued, I grabbed these florals from Dollar Tree, and I'm just adding them to the top. And then of course I wanted to just kind of add one flower instead of a bunch, but I think this one is super cute. I'm using these wood pieces. I picked these up from a garage sale, but originally they are from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure the Hobby Lobby price, but I only paid $1 and $2 for each of these. I decided to cut them in fours to make these into some pumpkin pies. So I use the color Pumpkin by Waverly. I also use the color Hazelnut by Waverly chalk paint, and then just mix the two together to give this really great pumpkin pie color. I think this looks so good. I think it kind of looks just like the actual pie. So once that was done being painted, I decided to use this caulk, and this is from Dollar Tree. I also really like using the tips off of little cake decorating kits, so I ended up just gluing one of those to the top of the caulk, and then I am just making some faux whipped cream and then a cute little topping for the center, and I just did it on all 8 of them. Yes, I made a large one and a small one. I think these are the cutest things, and I'm not normally a fake or a faux food person, but honestly, like sometimes around Christmas time, or they're just the cutest things. So I think this is really cute as like a centerpiece, or you could always add a couple different pieces to like a shelf sitter or in your kitchen on a tier tray. There's so many things that you could do with these, so they don't have to be the full pie if you chose. I don't know, you can really choose whatever you want since it's your house, but I think this is really cute. I just threw it in the center of my table. I got some great deals at a yard sale. 50 cents for these, regular $3.99 from Hobby Lobby, but I think it came with 3 or 4, so I think that is actually a pretty good deal for these smaller wood rounds. I am just painting it. I think this is just an orange acrylic paint, and I did show you guys exactly the color, so you might want to just pause and rewind if you do want to know exactly. And then I'm going to turn this into a really cute pumpkin sign. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make it look more like a pumpkin instead of an orange circle. So I'm just kind of dry brushing. You can use any sort of brown color that you want and just kind of lightly make some like little lines that kind of look like pumpkins. This one is a Cricut vinyl decal. This says, "Why, hello there, fall." I don't know. Is that cute? I don't know. Like, sometimes when you have too many words on things, it's not super cute, but I just like using my Cricut, so any chance I get. Also using these Jenga blocks, and I'm just using, I want to say it's not a stain. What is it? It's some sort of like glaze from Waverly chalk paint. I can't think of what it's called. Anyways, like I said, you can just use any sort of brown. And then I'm just adding some greenery to this and a burlap bow. And of course, you have to add some fake leaves on there. And the greenery, that is from Walmart. Leaves are from Dollar Tree. This is a little hanging bead tag I had, and I think that is from Dollar General quite a few years ago, but I'm just adding it to the back so I have a way to hang this up, and I think this is so cute. Now, this is what I was talking about. It is the Waverly Wax, and I'm going to go ahead and use this for the pumpkin, and you can add a little bit of water to this just to make it a lighter stain and easier to put on, and that's kind of what I like to do there. So this video you're going to see is kind of sped up in some sort of way because if you haven't already noticed, they are my older videos, and I just want to compile them so you guys have some quick, and when fall comes out and fall decor comes out and fall crafting comes out, you want to grab it because usually it is gone before you know it. I'm using a wood pumpkin from Dollar Tree along with the rub-on transfers. I love these rub-on transfers, though I have not seen them in a couple years, but if you still have them laying around and you didn't know what to do with them, I think this is a great way to use them. And then I just added some of these little leather pieces with the pumpkin that says thankful and the leaf that says grateful. Those were also from Dollar Tree a couple years ago. So I think all these are kind of from a couple years ago. Another way you can use these Dollar Tree wood pumpkins, I'm actually pretty excited for them to come out again because I just really love using wood, and I think it's fun, and there's just so many things and so many ways that you are able to use them. I decided to go ahead and use some scrapbook paper, and I'm pretty sure that scrapbook paper came from Hobby Lobby. Trace it out, cut it out. I love using Elmer's glue stick for absolutely anything and anything that I can use. This little galvanized piece also was from Dollar Tree, and I just put it around the top, but I did glue it down so it would stay in place. Once that was down in place, I am going to go ahead and add some letters to this, or these words. This one says blessed. Now, I'm not sure if these were from Dollar Tree originally or if they were from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has some great deals, and I will be doing a video soon on shopping at Hobby Lobby. So I know it's not for everybody, but honestly, I really like it. So I choose to shop there. If you don't, then you don't have to. You can shop wherever you want. But I don't know. I just really, really like Hobby Lobby. But this is how this turned out. And then you can always add something to the back to hold it all together. Another one of these wood pumpkins. I mean, we might as well just keep on going with the wood pumpkins. If you have Dollar Tree calendars you don't know what to do with, I love using any sort of farmhouse decor I possibly can, and I love these roosters, and I thought this was such a cute piece to add with the pumpkin, and you really don't have to do a whole lot more to this. You want to add some twine, go ahead and do that. You want to add a bow, do that, florals, whatever you choose. I just went ahead and added one of these wood die cuts that are from Dollar Tree and some twine, and I don't think it honestly needs any more because that calendar page looks amazing. For this next one, I love grabbing these color your own ornaments. I'm using some scrapbook paper as well for these, and I kind of just did a bunch of different designs on these. So I wanted to use a couple different scrapbook papers. I wanted to use a couple different colors. I really love the teal and like the greens that fall has going on now, although I don't really have a ton of it in my home. I really love the oranges and reds and yellows. I also made a faux stain because sometimes you just cannot stain outside, and this works well. Just some water and any type of paint. Acrylic paint works well, and you can make your own stain, and I think it looks great. You add a lot more water if you want a lighter stain, less water for a darker stain. It works great. And then I'm just kind of just adding some scrapbook paper either to the tops, to the bottoms, to the whole thing, painting them all different colors, and I think this is actually a really cool looking garland. And as you can see for this garland, I just used some wood beads that I had on hand, and I am sure I bought them from Amazon, but I love the way this looks, and there's just, you can do all different colors and designs, and I think it's cool. Napkins are a favorite of mine. Now, I do not use Mod Podge whatsoever for napkins anymore. You do want to take the plies off the back, so you are just left with kind of one napkin or one layer of napkin. I did use 2 of these. A lot of my napkins come from Shipshawana. They come from Friends. They come from Dollar General, Dollar Tree, wherever I can find a cute napkin. And my Dollar Tree It is end of July and my Dollar General is starting to come out with fall stuff. They always come out with their plates and napkins first. So I'm pretty excited about that. It wasn't any that I was like super like I had to grab them at the moment, but it's nice to see them finally coming out. And then I dropped some twine around the top of this jar, and I think this was honestly either an old mason jar or it was maybe a pizza jar or pizza sauce jar or something like that. Like, always save your jars because you can always craft with them and you can cover up whatever. But I love the way that one looks. These wood boxes came from Dollar Tree. I had these napkins. These are from that Shipshewana flea market. I think these are great. So I use, like I said, I don't use Mod Podge anymore. So this is an older video when I was just testing out napkins and seeing how they worked. And my work was not that great, but they still are so cute. I kept a couple of these. I make so many crafts, so I do not keep everything that I make, but I loved this one. And it did rip when I was kind of sanding it down in the Mod Podge. It did not work in my favor. Mod Podge is just not my friend. So I just added some twine around the edges to kind of cover up the flaws, and I think this one is so cute. The second one, I decided to go ahead and do the same, but I just really loved this pumpkin print. I just added that Mod Podge. I did end up adding some twine around this one as well, just because the edges were so awful. I'm just glad I don't use Mod Podge anymore. I know it works for so many people when they decoupage, but Elmer's glue stick 100%. So if you have issues like I did with napkins, go ahead and use that glue stick. You will not be sorry. Like, it works amazing. I love doing compilation videos because I can kind of show some of my favorites from the past, but it also kind of gives me some new, fresh ideas, or even some like old ideas, but some good ones to kind of reuse. I just used this little ceramic plate that was from Dollar Tree, or had a stand on it, so I guess it really wasn't a plate. And another one of these napkins, and I think this one may have been from Dollar General. I'm not sure. You'd have to kind of go back in my old videos and see, but I loved this one, and it took like seconds to put together. So this little wooden box here, I want to say a friend gave it to me, but I think she may have got it at Family Dollar years ago. And we're just going to go ahead and say it was from there because, like I said, it was a couple years ago, but you could always take some of those boxes from Dollar Tree and kind of glue them together and make something very, very similar. I painted this long box in the color Warm Buff, and it is just the apple barrel acrylic paint, and now I'm using these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree just to kind of give this a little bit of something. Now, this isn't super fall, but I think that it would work year-round, so I do think it works for fall, and then you can always change things out of these boxes or whatever you choose to do and make it into like a summer decor or a Christmas possibly. Like, there's just so many different things you could do. I end up adding some of these little glass bottles, and these were from Dollar Tree quite a few years ago, and they fit so good and looked so perfect. They're little milk jugs or little milk glasses, and then some greenery from Michael's and some pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I just added them to this. And this is like a very modern, very neutral fall decor. So if you are not into the oranges and yellows like I am, I think that this is a great craft for someone like that. Wood palette coasters are always great to use, and they just work in so many different ways, so you don't have to just use coasters. The fall letters, those came from Michael's, and I want to say they were only 99 cents a piece. And of course, I have to use one of these Dollar Tree signs, so I don't know, it's from a few years ago, but I'm assuming somebody still has one of those signs in their craft stash. Like, I will guarantee it. So I'm gluing these palettes just in a straight line on this sign, and then I'm gluing the F, A, L, and the L just on these different little palette coasters. Maybe that's not what they're called, but that's honestly all they remind me of is little palette coasters. I'm using some popsicle sticks to cover up that pumpkin. I know it's adorable, but we don't always want that on every single sign that we make. So I wanted to go ahead and cover it, and then I'm just going to be gluing gluing some greenery to this. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some florals that were also from Dollar Tree, and then you can add more flowers, less flowers, more greenery, less. I decided to add some flowers and then a pumpkin to the center of this, and that is how I topped off this one. This next DIY, I'm going to go ahead and use these two little ceramic pitchers from Dollar Tree and some of their rub-on transfers. And I really liked these because I didn't have to paint them or do anything with them. I thought the color of them were really cute as is, and these rub-on transfers looked perfect. So the first one, I just added this fall rub-on transfer, and the second one, I decided to go ahead and add this leaf to it. Maybe, did I add that? No, did I? Yeah, I added some leaves. I want to say I added pumpkins, but obviously I didn't, and these could be reversible if you chose to do it that way, so they could be different on each side. And then when you rub that down, super great. Like, I had to do it a couple times, and you know what? They end up working out great. I love using rub-on transfers, and even if that tiny bit doesn't come off, you can add this back, rub it on with your finger, and it's good to go. So there you go. There's a little tip, trick, hack for you, but I think these are adorable, and you can add some greenery to these or some pumpkins, whatever you choose. They're adorable. I'd like to know right now, are trucks still like a cute decor piece? Like, do you still use them in your everyday decor or just holidays, or did you kind of get rid of them? I'd like to know. I still have some of my trucks. I'm just kind of curious if like they're in, are they out, are they cool, are they not? Like, do you care about trends? Anyways, I went ahead and painted this in the color celery. I loved these little wood trucks. They were so cute. They were actually little lights, and I thought that they would be perfect for this project. So I'm going to go ahead and paint them. I'm adding some Jenga blocks to the back of this, so I'm actually able to make this into something functional and working. Were these tea lights? Were these the light ones? Maybe they weren't. Now I'm thinking that I'm wrong, but I feel like they did have some once upon a time. I'm adding some of this raffia and then these little tiny pumpkins, and I want to say these little pumpkins were from some sort of yard sale. Once upon a time, I got a garbage bag of brand new greenery and florals and like decor like this for super cheap. I think it was like $5 for a garbage bag. It was crazy, but I know these pumpkins, I'm almost positive they were from a yard sale, but I have seen them small, like things like that at Hobby Lobby. All right, so jars are so fun. I loved these. They look like pumpkins, but I don't think they were supposed to be. I think they came in two different colors, maybe a clear one and this orange one. I added some twinkle lights, little fairy lights into these jars, and then I went ahead and cut some Jenga blocks down. I'm using some miter shears, which these work amazing. I don't use mine enough, but they do work when you need them, and they cut through a Jenga block. So there you have it. I did two different sizes on the Jenga blocks just to kind of make them a little bit different. I don't like them, I don't want them to be like 100% the same. And then we're going to add some raffia, some greenery, bows. I'm not really sure exactly what I added. You'll see at the end, but I'm assuming that that's kind of the stuff that I added to the top of these. And if I didn't then, I would now. So did I? Didn't I? It's kind of just like yeah, I did all three. I knew it because I would still do it. But I think these are adorable. I love these little gingham bows. I bought a ton of these. Like, I feel like they're almost in bulk from Amazon. Or you can just make your own little twine bow, which honestly, I'm feeling the twine bow way more than I am with that gingham one. It has been a long time since I have done window clings, but I am telling you there are so many cool ways you can use them. So I grabbed these from Dollar Tree a couple years ago. This big giant pickle jar maybe was, I want to say, $1, a quarter, 50 cents from a yard sale, and I just added a bunch of different rub-on transfers from that pack, and then some of these eucalyptus leaves, which they were also from Dollar Tree once upon a time, which I don't know if you guys grabbed them. I don't even know if I still have this or where those little eucalyptus stems went, but this one is so cute, and you can remove these rub-on transfers. These aren't rub-on transfers, window clings. Oh my goodness. You can remove these window clings just like window and reuse this jar for something else if you chose, but I think I think it's great. So if you like those neutral colors, there you go. You can also add these to a candle from Dollar Tree. I know this isn't rocket science, but I think this is some of the coolest ways to add window clings to these because you can take them off and just reuse your items. So you could do this, like decorate it for fall, and then you could go ahead and take these off and then decorate them for Christmas time. And it's cool because you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can have the same exact candle because I'm pretty sure you won't be burning these. They don't smell like anything. And who doesn't burn a candle that doesn't smell? Have a really quick one. So Dollar Tree, I feel like, has these every single year. Probably for the past almost 7 years I've been crafting on YouTube. I think I've picked these up almost every single year. Use some scrapbook paper, doll them up as you want. I'm just using some probably leftover bows, leftover greenery, leftover flowers from a different project. And then I'm just gluing that flower to the bottom, add that bow back. I think this bow was originally from this pumpkin. I like those bows. I know they kind of look tacky, but I don't know. For some reason, I think they're super cute. So I always like to use them for either the other side. So probably the other side of this pumpkin is not very cute, but nobody is going to see it. So it is totally okay. This next one, I reused this grapevine wreath forever. I want to say for 4 or 5 years. It was crazy. I picked it up for like $1 at a garage sale, and I felt it had so much potential that I wanted to keep using it and never buying a new one. A ton of florals, and I know these were all from Dollar Tree because I used to buy them there all the time when they were only $1. When things went up to $1.25, I probably did not buy 55 bunches of flowers from there. I like to get a lot of mine at Dollar General now because they are only $1. Like Dollar General honestly still has a ton of great things for $1, but I just like to fill in my wreaths as much as possible, so I will add some greenery in. I will start with larger flowers. Sometimes I even like to start with the greenery first, and then I'll add some smaller flowers in, just whatever fun things that I can come across for fall. So making a wreath is so easy, and I cannot believe I don't make more, but I love these pumpkin clips. I feel like they always have these at Dollar Tree every single year too, and I just went ahead and just added them wherever I thought was cute, and there you have it. I think this turned out adorable. I definitely need to make a new fall wreath because this one's so cute. I have to show some thrifting because it is one of my favorite things to do is redo thrifted decor because it is just more high end and it just seems to last a lot longer. I'm going to go ahead and use my Bosch sander to sand this down, and believe it or not, it was wood. I'm like, what? I went ahead and stained it with a dark walnut color, and then I decided to go ahead and use a Chocolate silkscreen transfer, and then I am just using a few different colors. I'm using the color Eucalyptus, I'm using the color Peach Cobbler, which is the color I'm using now, and then of course the bright white chalk paste. And this is one of my favorite transfers. I think I'm going to use it this year on another craft, but I love this cutting board. I think it is so pretty and it looks so high end for only 50 cents from a garage sale. This really cool whiteboard is also from a yard sale. I'm not sure on the price, but I'm sure it was only $1. I went ahead and measured to start with because I like using my Cricut. And of course, you have to measure things out if you want to get a good transfer, or a good vinyl stencil or vinyl transfer, because you want it to be able to fit on your project. I thought this would be cool to do a fall bucket list with: bake pies, carved pumpkins. This is definitely not my own. I did just find this on a Cricut Design Space. This can be a big, giant pain when it comes to smaller letters. You see that they kind of go all over the place, but luckily you can just add them back. It's really not a big deal. But you do want to make sure that when you use a whiteboard like this, like you need to get that transfer on. Perfect to start with because those letters in that transfer paper or tape is not coming off. And then use window clings to kind of doll this up. Like I didn't want to glue anything, and then I know I will be able to reuse this if I choose because it is just a vinyl transfer and those will all come off. But I think this is cute, and I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope it gave you some great ideas for this coming fall season. If you are new to my channel, I would love you to continue sticking around and subscribing. And I think I said that right. Anyways, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.